In this video, I won't be bashing any manufacturers. This video is to help people decide what you can get from Bachmann and is it the right place to buy the loco you would like. When I think of Bachmann steam locomotives, I mainly think of pre-grouping steam locomotives, the class and the liveries. They also do some other standard locos as well, and some grouping locos too. I will go through a few from each of the companies and put some pictures up of the locos that I have in my collection. Some I don't have, some I do have. So here goes. Starting off at the LMS, we have the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Class 5, and they do that in several liveries, including the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, the Midland Railway, the LMS and the BR. We also have the Somerset and Dorset 1P, or the Midland 1P again. That comes in the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway livery, the Midland Railway, the LMS and the BR. We also have the Somerset and Dorset 7F again. We have it in the pre-grouping livery, which is Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway, the Midland Railway, or the LMS, and the BR2. We have a Webb coal tank from the LNWR, again, in several liveries from pre-grouping to Era 5, BR. We also have a huge crab as well, again, in several liveries as well. Next up, we have the Caledonian 812 class, which is exclusively for Rails of Sheffield, as far as I am aware. We have that in the as-built livery, which is the Caledonian one. We also have it in the LMS and the BR, and then we have it in a preserved livery as well. We also have an LNWR improved precedent class. We have that in the pre-grouping livery all the way to the BR and the preserved livery, which is the LNWR, LMS and the BR. The LNER, we have the Great Central J9J, or the LNER J11. We have that in the Great Central livery, the LNER livery and the BR livery as well. We also have the Robinson 04 from the Great Central. Again, this is quite a lot of liveries here. We have the Great Central, we have the LNER, we have the BR. We also have a few, which I think is great, a few Rod liveries too. So we have the LNWR one, and we also have the Great Western one. Them locomotives have subtle changes on the body, and again, you can find them later on in the BR livery too. We have National Railway exclusive sort of as well. We have the Great Northern Railway C1 class. So we have the Great Northern Railway livery and the LNER livery and the BR. Next up, we have a Great Central Railway 11F. We have that in a Great Central livery, which is stunning in its apple green style. We also have it in LNER and we also have it in BR. This next one is interesting. We have the Northeastern Railway E1 class, or the J72. This one is fantastic. We have it in a fictional, because Bachmann got it wrong and they admit that, the fictional pre-grouping livery in green, which it shouldn't have carried that, but Bachmann said it's wrong, but it sold well, so they kept it. We have the LNER in several liveries, and we have it in the BR one. Moving on to the Southern, to a degree, we have the London Brighton South Coast E4 again, in all four liveries. We have the London's Brighton South Coast Rail H1 and H2, again in all the liveries you expect Bachmann to do. We have the stunning South Eastern Chatham C-Class. Again, we have it in a pre-grouping South Eastern Chatham livery, lined. We also have it in a few war liveries, as well as the Southern and the BR. Again, the same for the N-Class. We have it in the South Eastern Chatham Grey, I believe. We have it in the Southern Railway, and we have it in a BR livery as well. We do have from Bachmann a few standard class or Era 3 locomotives. We have the A4s, we have the Peppercorn A1s and 2s, including Blue Peter and Tornado. We have a V2, including Green Arrow. We have the V1 and V2s, and we have the B1s. The B1 itself is a mainline locomotive. On the southern region, I couldn't really find much. We have the Lord Nelson class, which Hornby did later, and we have the S100, the dock tank. For the LMS, we've got the Stanley and Mogul, the Patriot, the Fairburn, the Ivet 2MT tank, the Ivet 2MT, and the Ivet 4MT. And I think we have some others as well. Again, they have them in all deliveries from LMS all the way to BR and even preserved. For the Great Western, we have the pannier tanks, which is the 57XX and the 64XX. These, for me, you get these in several liveries, even past the late BR, so you even get it in the fictional railway children livery, depending on the class of locomotive. You also get it in London Transport livery as well. And we also get in the Great Western and the BR2. We have the Horse and the Modified Hull class again, the usual from Bachmann. We have the 56XX, and we also have the City class. The City class is stunning. They do it in the early Great Western livery, as well as a World War One livery khaki, which is nice, and we have it in, I think, a few other liveries as well. We also have the 52XX, the Earl or Duke Dog. Again, that's a stunning livery. It looks old, but it is era 3 onwards. We have it in many liveries, including some weathered ones, and then we also have the 45XX as well. Moving on to the last lot, I will say, the BR and others. We have the WD's 280s. Again, we have this in very much every livery you can think of, from BR to Longmoor Railway livery to some foreign liveries I believe I've seen as well, and some khaki liveries. We have the standard 9F, we're in preserved as well. We also have the standard 5, the standard 4MT, the standard 3MT, and the standard 4MT tanks. They do them in the BR liveries and preserved liveries as well. I will apologise if it sounds like I've just listed off a load of locos, but I just thought I'd give you a range of what Bachmann can do and the liveries you can get it in. Like I said, I think of Bachmann, I think of pre-grouping locomotives because they are fantastic at them. But they do locomotives all the way up to preserve, which I think is era 11. So you've got era 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you've got your, I think, 11 for your preserved stuff. They do a slightly different, cheaper range, which is the EFE range. I don't know too much about this because I haven't bought any of the stuff, but the stuff I've seen does look nice. You have the BT Well tank in many liveries. You also have the Adam 02, which is a 044, something like that. It's an Isle of Wight locomotive, I think. You also have some rolling stock too. The EFE range does look like it's ex-Kerno stuff or DJM stuff, because you got the Austerity WD's 060 in there as well. Rolling stock. Bachmann rolling stock is pretty okay for me. I don't know too much about it. They all look the same to me. I know they've done a few packs. I did a South East and Chatham pack, I believe, for the Collectors Club. That's where you used to find most of Bachmann's pre-grouping livery locomotives in their Collectors Club, which I think is a fantastic idea, especially if you want a pre-grouping loco in that livery. That's the place to go, and it makes sense. There is quite a lot of pre-grouping locomotives in the main range and in the correct liveries, especially in the modern times, as I record this in 2022. So yeah, I hope this video helps them, but I know it sounded like I listed off a load of stuff, but I just thought I'd give you an overall picture of what Bachmann do. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Please take care. Bye.